Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. And we're in Canterbury. We're at the park and ride. We've been here before, but yeah, park and ride. It's about £4 quid for 24 hours. And there's some services here. You can empty your toilet, get water and everything else. We're just going to got the wheels and tyres for Mandy's van. You're going to have to check her video out for that one though. And yeah, now we're going to go explore Canterbury, and there's a smash burger place. We'll show you when we're there, but yeah, we're off for some food.
Aye, it was a choice, wasn't it? McDonald's, proper decent handmade smash burgers, so that was an absolute no-brainer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you get a bus ticket with your park and ride, OVS. So we're just going to catch the free bus, there we go, and scoot and go and get a burger. So we'll see you there. We'll see you on bus maybe as well.
On bus?
Aye lad. This video is sponsored by XL Hosting. If you're looking for a domain name, web hosting or amazing email, go to xlhosting.uk and sign up today. So they really know how to cater for motorhomes as well in this area. You got obviously a freshwater tap, a rinse tap for your cassette or black tank. You have to lift the grid up to drop your black tank or grey waste. You can park over it, dump your grey waste. And there are some bins there. And as you can see, the spaces, I know we're close together, but we choose to do that. But the spaces are very generous, nice and long and nice and wide. And if this area is ever full, there's a sort of like massive big car park over the back there as well you can go to as well. So yeah, it is absolutely brilliant. And you basically walk over that way to get the bus.
From my winter hell, I've got candles and candy. I can be your daddy if you only.
So we went for the deal. So we got 2 burgers, some fries, some chicken tenders. Oh yes. Hey, yummy.
Oh yes, smells divine.
That's took in. Although burgers are great, there's this place next door called Creams. Look at the dessert menu there.
I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a section where it's a create your own, and you can choose like a waffle, cookie dough or a crepe base, and then literally load all the things on it. Apparently these are everywhere down south, but we've never seen them until the first time we came in, haven't we?
I'm just seeing the amount of sundaes as well as donuts. Could have a sundae, or I could go take away.
It's not, it's even Tuesday.
No, for these guys it's Sunday.
It's Sunday, yes. On a Sunday. It's Sunday.
Obviously, a trip to a town wouldn't be complete unless you visited Primark.
It's got to be done. I need vest tops. There's no point in spending a fortune on them.
Place where you would like to go. I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy if you just...
That is very convenient.
It is, isn't it?
Had a beer with our burger.
Yes.
And then the bus brings you back. And everything's there.
What else could you want?
Yeah.
Shopping?
Shopping as well, yeah.
Good stuff.
But we need to have a chat. So let's get in the van. We'll have a quick chat with you. That's right, that wasn't it?
That was lovely, and the weather's smashing. Yes, it's very nice indeed. I'm having repeated truffle fries, mine.
Not trouble fries.
Not trouble fries. The trouble fries are called in truffles.
Yeah, I think I'll have the poutine.
Poutine.
We are going back tomorrow because somebody flicked a stone up at Mandy's windscreen and broke the windscreen.
I don't know who that might have been.
So yeah, they're coming to fix it here tomorrow.
Yes.
So as soon as they've done that, probably make use of the park and ride again.
Why not?
Pay our £4 each.
Technically on holiday.
Well, yeah, we're kind of always on holiday, aren't we? Love this place.
No, we
it's
really do.
Just right. It's the right amount of money with the right amount of services, and then you get the bus ride in as well, free bus ride.
Have you told them already that there is toilet emptying, fresh water and bins over there as well?
Yeah, they've even seen it.
You've even seen it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, and the bus depot thing where you get the bus in, there's actual toilets.
Yeah, the bus depot thing.
Depot. The bus building.
The terminus.
The terminus.
Yeah.
Is anyway, that place has got actual toilets as well. So it's It does have everything you've got, and a little pub at the end as well.
Oh yeah, been in the pub quite a few times.
Yep, and it's
Very
dog friendly.
nice.
So yeah, it's I can't think of anything you might want to do more.
No. Other than, you know, more food trips.
Go to France.
There is that, and that does take us on to the next thing. But before we get there, the last video, perhaps we didn't make it clear enough for you all, or for some of you, when the title was that we're back together. It doesn't just mean we're travelling together, it means obviously a lot of you assume we'd separated or anything like that. We didn't. We have tried to explain this a few times, but we didn't.
No, we just needed some more space, and we needed to sort ourselves out, and the only way you can do that is by getting space and sort yourselves out.
Yeah.
Isn't it really? And all I can say, this is obviously just my point of view, best for...
Not on this channel, my dear.
No! Best thing we ever did.
Yes. Best bloody thing we ever did.
Best use of that time that we could have done. Oh my god, it's been hard, and it's not been straightforward, but yeah.
There's obviously some bit of a crossover with having 3 channels now as well. So we thought, now we explain we're back together, we also need to explain that we're still actually going to put videos out on all 3 channels.
Yes.
We're going to have this channel as our travelling, so you'll view where we travel, how we travel, and then what we do when we get there. And it'll be, you know, a little bit more interesting than this video, but we just thought this would be a great little segue into what's coming next.
Yes.
So there will be the usual drone shots and nice driving tracks and all that kind of stuff.
And I'm going to have to do that stopping while John puts the GoPro down and then drives off and then comes back and picks it back up again. And I'm fine with that, because that makes amazing videos. So yes, all
if you've watched last week's video when we went to Anglesey and then came back down the A5 and that, it also works quite well in the fact that we can film each other as well.
Yes, yeah, that is very true. Yeah.
So as we're driving down the road, you can get an aspect with Mandy's van in it and then my van, and you know, a little bit of editory, and it's quite cool. We're thinking that our normal channels are better with the shorter format videos and little hints and tips and things like that. So a lot of people have asked you, are you going to continue with your channel and talking about everything that you're doing and a little bit about, you know, menopause and stuff like that? Yeah,
there's going to be lots of chatty stuff still from me. I mean, we've had a chat about it. We are going to try and make sure that there is no overlap, but there is more information. So whereas you might get all the really cool stuff on this channel, the behind the scenes chatty things of what we're doing in the background and prepping for all that stuff is going to be on our individual channels. So it might be worthwhile, if you've not already subscribed to all 3, and then it should be a nice rounded view of everything that we do when we travel together. But yeah, I mean, I've still got a few things. People have been asking me about my loo, and I've just not had a chance to do it yet because it's in use. So that's going to be coming up in a video. And lots of other things, menopause and cooking and things that's normally about me and what I do. And with you, it's your gadgety, techie things still, isn't it?
I'm going to cover more about my van build and the decisions and how things are working out. So hopefully you'll get our normal vlogs that we've been producing, plus travel vlogs as well on this channel.
Because you've got quite a unique perspective, haven't you? Because not only have you built a van from scratch and had a couple of electrical systems in that you've had a chance to see. Obviously you've done mine help me, well, you've done mine from scratch to my request for the electrical stuff, but you've also had the opportunity in a few vans now to fit alongside the electric systems that come with other motorhomes. So you've got loads of perspectives to go at for that has definitely helped people out in the past.
I mean, obviously a lot of people ask questions, and as we meet people, for example, we're at the Peterborough show the weekend, a lot of people asking all sorts of questions, and they sometimes lead into a little standalone video or a portion of a video. If I think, oh well, that's probably the 5th or 6th person that's asked, so it might be something worthwhile. But then I'll also cover how I record videos, you know, the gear that I use, the cameras that I use, my drone, hints and tips on filming, and laptops and gadgets and things like that. And we've got another power bank review that we're both doing, which is a budget power bank that we've decided we're going to move to and, you know, properly test, as we love to do, just to see if it can stack up against the more expensive ones.
Yeah, especially with like proper full-time living and travelling.
Yeah.
With everything, and see how it all works, isn't it?
We went to one of the talks that John and Tash and Daz did at the weekend Peterborough show, and they're recommending things in terms of what works for them and what works for us full-time van life. I guess what the hidden message of that is, if you only go out for 2 or 3 weeks a year on a holiday, or maybe you go out for 10 or 20 weekends, you know, for weekend breaks, we're doing it full-time. So we're putting in your terms, you know, decades of use of things in relative terms to what you might do. So if we say this is really cool, this product works so well, then, you know, if you buy it, you might get 20 years out of it, and we've had it for 2 years or whatever. So we're trying to get that concept out as well, that if we do review something, it's quite a really good sort of in-depth review.
Yeah, definitely a lot more time than, I mean, I know a lot of people would love to do more, but they are stuck to 6 or 8 weeks a year of touring, but they still need to have that off-grid access to power and all this other stuff, whereas, you know, we do 6 to 8 weeks in 6 to 8 weeks. Rather than
in real time.
So yeah, so it works out to that it's a lot of testing in a short space of time compared to if you don't use them all the time. So but yeah, but if ever you want to go to any of those Warner shows to watch them do the talks, they're really, really good, aren't
We've
they?
found them to be very chilled out, very friendly, lots of things to do, and very well thought out about the organisation things as well.
Oh,
so.
absolutely, yeah. It's all very, very well organised, and there's normally showers and toilets and everything if you can camp over there. It is definitely worth a try if it's not anything you've been to before. Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
But in terms of travel, just to go over again our travel plans. So yes, we're in both vans because that is the way that we found that our relationship and travels work best.
Especially now we're both working quite heavily.
Yeah.
There's no way I think we could both have done the amount of work we've done lately if we didn't have the 2 vans.
No, we need space, especially if we're on the phone, you're on the phone or I'm on the phone or whatever we're trying to do. Hopefully, I can't see why not, we'll be travelling to France on Thursday.
Yes.
Really?
It's exciting.
Wow.
Oh,
She's only had 1 beer as well. So France, we are taking our Brexit busting 90-day trip. We've spent more than 90 days out, so we're having our 90 days in.
Or maybe 89.
Yeah, just for a bit of, you know, bit of a gap just in case. And literally sort of just bumbling around France for a little bit. Going to see some friends while we're over there. And we're spending the entire month of July following the Tour de France.
No, you see, we've only had, I mean, you had more in last time when you went out, didn't you?
Yes.
But before that, we'd done a week or 10 days was the most we'd covered for the tour.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go to the Grand Depart in Bilbao, and we're going to follow it all the way down through the Pyrenees, all the way across South France, all the way into the Alps, but we're not going to Paris.
No, we're going to skip that bit and just head home.
Yeah, and head home because we've got a wedding. So, yeah. I can't wait. It's like something else you have never seen. If ever you get a chance to go and do a stage or 2 or whatever of the Tour de France, you have to go and do it because it's amazing. And
it's not just about the cycling, the spectacle of the they call it a caravan. Essentially it's the sponsors of the entire race, which drive through probably about an hour ahead of the cyclists and hand out all sorts of merch, paraphernalia and sweets and
when you
biscuits.
And when you say hand out, they're driving at about 15 miles an hour as they throw things
Maybe
at you.
Faster sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I tell you, the little juice cartons, they really hurt if they get you in the shin. However, I've never had so much fun. There's no competitiveness between spectators.
Yeah.
Everybody is just so excited and everything. And you park anywhere. Literally, you just go and abandon your van on a grass verge somewhere at a funny angle and that's it.
Or up a mountain like I've done a couple of times.
Yes, you've had some really good spots actually compared to that first time we went. But,
I'll link down below in the video description probably 3 or 4 videos we've done now of Tour de France.
Yeah. Just
so you can get an idea of what we're talking about. Because obviously there's a few months off yet, so it could well be that you think, yes, I fancy that.
Yes, you got some time in July, you can head on out, go and take a look.
Pick a stage. There's a lot of Pyrenees action this year, which is well, it's spectacular on its own, but to get the cycling through there as well, that's going to be epic.
Because you get the hill climbs. I mean, if you go find a descent, here's a hint. Find the descent, you'll see 10 seconds of cycling before you move on to the next one. But if you find an ascent, then things are a little slower and you get to see a little more.
So you get to get a bit more for your for your time.
Yeah, a bit more for the time, because sometimes you have to get there the day before the stage. But yeah, link the video and put the, if you can, I'm asking for you guys now, just put the link for the map, for the Tour de France map, so people can see where
so they
it's
can
going to be.
download each stage and all that.
So you can go and see whereabouts it's going to be.
Yeah. Mandy's going to reveal which tyres, wheels and tyres she got from Elite.
Absolutely.
But if you do want to go and look at them beforehand and you want to go and check out, they've got, I think it's 5 or 6 different tyres, so you don't have to choose mine. You can get more road versions of them. And they've got a few different options on the alloys as well. And if you do want to get a bit of a discount out, just give them the code EPIC5.
EPIC5!
And yeah, they'll give you a little bit of discount.
Yes, and they are
cheddar off.
Cheddar! They will get the right tyre and wheel combination for your van. They do it perfectly for the load rating, axles and everything, to make sure that it is spot on and it's not going to be dangerous.
We dropped them off a bit of fudge, got loads of fudge from the Peterborough show. Because one of the stalls there was they had a bit of fudge left over at the end of the weekend, so we bought a few blocks of fudge off them.
Oh my goodness, we've already been through a lot in the sugar rush. Oh my goodness, we're going to need to get out on those bikes when we get to France.
Oh yeah, well that is the plan. The plan is that for the next 3 months we want to cane the bikes, we want to get as much use out of them as we can, and just enjoy it, especially on the Tour de France. I really liked it last time out, being able to ride the route like the day before, and then you can sort of see what they're going to see, and that's just so cool.
It's exciting. And we've been saying for ages now we're going to do France, because we always use it as a transit country to get somewhere. And when we're driving around France itself now, you know, when you do, I don't know if you've ever been, you'll be driving down the motorway, and all of a sudden coming up to a town there'll be this brown sign, and it'll have like a crane, a cake and some cheese. They're
supposed to be historic interest markers or something.
Oh, it's something, it's the specialist things that town is well known for. So if you see that, you're like, you know what, let's go and look at the cranes, cakes and cheeses at this little town. So it's like that is going to dictate to us where we're going to go and stop and what we're going to look for, or at least it is for me. You might be up a mountain, and I'll be looking at cranes, cheeses.
I'll find you at one of those the little grape symbol. A vineyard or something.
Well, you know, why not? Because they do some really good ones with overnight stays as well, don't they?
I found the Moe factory last time.
Yeah, we've already been to Champagne.
All being well, next week we shall see you in France. And if I say you want a bit of backstory about what we do and everything like that, check out
my channel, Unadventurous Mandy,
and Gadget John for just a little backstory, little vlogs as well.
Yep. And like I say, hopefully that will just give you an all well-rounded things, and if you need to hear me witter on even more than I'm doing right now, you know, go and watch them.
Yeah. And if you need anybody to give you some tax advice or accountancy services,
oh yeah, do that too. Yeah.
If you need anybody to help you with van build decisions, electrics or anything like that, then get in touch with me. Righty, hopefully then. Well, we're going to get on, and yeah, we'll see you next week in France.
Yay, en français!
Oui. Baguette, jambon, or fromage, and oh, what's strawberry jam now? Preserves.
Phrase?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're great at French, honestly.
I know how to do the hello, I'm fine. They totally understand what I'm saying, you know.
But they do, honestly. It's annoying. I've spent ages learning French, and he rocks up with that, and then they understand what he says, and it's like...
And on that bombshell.
On that bombshell.
We'll
see you next week.
See you, folks.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.